is steeped in memory. It is likely the first fiber that you ever spun with. Do you remember those like lumpy bumpy yarns with the over twisty thin spots because you didn't know how to match your drafting to your treadling? Yeah. Roving also probably makes up the bulk of your impulse buying and therefore the majority of your stash because it is so practical. However, you're a little bored with it. You don't know how to control the colors much more than how the dyer put them on the roving. You want to manipulate them, but you don't want to end up with a decapitated pile of fluff that will sit at the bottom of your stash forever, or just a funny looking yarn. You can easily spin beautiful dynamic yarns once you learn to approach prep as a collaboration with the dyer rather than always feeling controlled by her design choices. My new book, Roving, is a spinning recipe book designed to give you the techniques, the inspiration, and the permission to fearlessly spin whatever kind of yarns you want from comb top and roving. What's inside? There are 4 artist interviews and 11 techniques. The book is designed to read like blog tutorials, so each of the 11 techniques follow the same flow with the same 6 sections every time. And those sections are: what is this technique? What type of fiber is best suited for this technique? And that will tell you exactly what types of colorways to pick for this particular technique, if it matters. Some it doesn't, and some it does. How do you prep it? And this is where the transformation happens from being controlled by the dyer's choices to being in direct, hands-on collaboration with her. But don't worry, there are no scales involved, no weights, unless you really like that kind of thing, in which case, break out the sample notebook. But I hate that. What are some variations I could try? This is where the transformation in you happens. Right now you look at comb top and roving and you see maybe 5 or 6 different hand spuns that could result from that colorway. But with the variations technique, you'll figure out how to shift that in your brain to see infinite possibilities. So these 11 techniques can turn into endless techniques. And finally, what are some ways I could use this yarn? This really just gives you some inspiration and ideas on what to do with it once you're done. So what are some things that you will learn specifically, not just transformation that happens in you? You'll learn things like how to take an ugly colorway and turn it into something that is much more in your style. You will learn how colors present from fiber to hand spun, so you can avoid things like pooling, but create things like self-striping if you like. You will learn how to combine different colors without entering that horrible technicolored granny square zone that we all want to avoid. You will also learn how to ditch the weights and measurements. It's okay to step away from the scale. So, if you are a scale person, this can give you some creative challenge. But if you're not a scale person, this is going to be like the unshackling of Paul and Silas. Just freedom. So if you think you're right for roving, you can follow the link below. And I hope you enjoy it, and let me know your thoughts. Share your projects with me, because for me as an author, hearing from you is the very best part.